it's scoring 10 or whether it's scoring 30, I'm gonna do what the team needs to win, and that's all I'm focused on.
Where would you like to be better in your game?
Playmaking. Maybe make my assists higher this year. I think my assist number is like 2.9 to 3, around that range. I want to bring it to at least 5. With the addition of Dream and a lot of other pieces to the team, I think that'll help me do that.
The focus around here for both of you guys, the focus around here for so many years has been just get to the tournament, get to the tournament. You guys got to the tournament. Now that that's done, you got a taste of it. What's kind of the goal for this year?
I'll say for us to like finish top 5 in the league. As you see, we got picked to finish. I'm not sure, but I don't think it was pretty high. But I think we got high expectations for this year. So that's what I'll say.
What's the offseason been like for you guys as kind of the upperclassmen on what's a really young team?
I'll say, just trying to get everybody, chemistry together. We're going through like a lot of trying to get our guards like getting the best shape as they can. Kermit's been doing a good job with that. So
Last year, y'all kind of came in as underdogs. Now people kind of know what to expect from you guys. Do you have to approach it differently in practice now that maybe there's a little bit more of a target?
I think there definitely is more of a target, and that's what we want. I know a lot of people think we snuck up on a lot of people, but we played the game just like everybody else did, and we went on a 10-game win streak early on in the season. So, I think we proved ourselves already, and I'm not really worried about anybody coming at us any harder or us going at anybody else any harder. We're just going to play our game and work on what we do, and the rest will do, work out for itself.
Devontae, how much more comfortable do you feel at point, and what were kind of the biggest things you took away from learning the position last year?
Biggest thing I took away from last year is I felt like I could have been more aggressive coming off the screens, but not many people know I had an injury, so I couldn't really I gave it as much as I can, but to my full potential, I could be better coming off the screen, just putting pressure on the rim.
Devontae, just walk me through like last off season, like you're going through the process, the draft process, and trying to figure out all that information and deciding to come back and going through that process. I guess what are you expecting from yourself this year?
I just want to be more consistent. Of course, me and Brent will be our top scorers this year, so I'm in like a better position for me to show my full potential, like I've been wanting to do.
What have you guys seen from some of those young faces that we haven't gotten a look at yet?
It's a lot of hard work. Like you said, the young faces, the new faces, so they really don't know what they don't know yet. Coach Kermit's doing a great job of teaching them what they need to know, and it's our first day of real practice, so it really starts now. And guys can be really good in practice, guys can be really bad in practice, but when the game shows up, it's a whole nother round. So we got to see who's a gamer, who's going to step up, who's going to make a name for themselves in the SEC.
Any of those guys kind of stood out above the others?
All of them are really talented in their own way. AC is really talented. He's got a good basketball mind. Sammy Hunter, same thing, really skilled, big body for a freshman. Bryce Williams is a really good JUCO guard transfer. I think he'll surprise a lot of guys. Dream, another transfer from the same JUCO college, is probably the best big JUCO transfer in the country, and I think a lot of people will be, surprised with how effective he is in the game. So it just brings us a new inside presence, and we're going to get to work today and moving on into the season.
For both of you guys, what does the loss of Terrence mean to this team? Obviously, you've got some new parts and pieces, but what do you miss with him?
Let me go first. That's everything. That was my best friend, man. And I came here on my visit, him too, and that was the guy that kind of recruited me here. So it's kind of weird. It was kind of weird being here without him. But as you can see, he signed with the Raptors and he's doing great things. And it's motivation for me to see him doing what he's doing, and it's only going to help me and him as we go into what we want to do after this season.
This is a question for either one of you. I know with such a young team, and then how important is leadership to you? Because I know from being a past athlete, sometimes with older and upperclassmen, you can kind of set the tone in practice, and if you don't show up, the others don't feel, inclined to show up. How important is that for either one of you this season?
Oh, that's real important. Last year, I felt like practice was real important to us because, we'll have bad practice and then we'll have game next day, and, we'll have like a a lot of turnovers like we had just like how we had in practice. So practice, that's gonna be real huge. That's what coach always focus on. Us being leaders, of course, TD's gonna not have to step up. So us being leaders and having to push our team in practice, and so we can have great games the next day. That's huge.
Like you said, just leading by example. I mean, we can tell them stuff out of our mouths, and we can teach them, but I think players learn best by doing themselves and also watching the guy in front of them. So if we do that to our best ability, I think that'll help a lot.
You guys had to play a lot of minutes last year. How much will it help kind of everyone if you can have 4 or 5 guys coming off the bench that can contribute this year?
I mean, it'll help definitely a lot, but I know myself, I want to play the same amount of minutes I did last year. I don't want to come off the floor, and I know Devontae feels the same way. So I think our best chance of winning is with us 2 on the court. So I know we have a lot more depth, and we'll probably get a little bit more rest, but I feel like we'll probably have the same role, same amount of minutes that we did last year.
You guys presumably will have more front court depth this year as guards. What does that change for you on the floor?
I mean, for me, it changes everything, especially as an off guard, playing off the ball, having more options to pass. But for Devontae, it's probably even better.
Was getting all SEC last year, was that a validation for you? And I guess how you stay hungry?
I mean, it was definitely a great accolade. Everybody on first team All SEC got drafted last year, and that was a stat. Besides me, that was a stat that I really, looked at, and I was like, keep working, and that'll be you next year. So, like you said, just keep working, stay hungry. Last year was a really good league, and I made first team All SEC, and it's an everyday process. Last year I worked really hard in the off season, and the work I put in, I got that reward. So it's the same formula. You just can't relax at all. Even after this year, as a senior, I'll be done at Ole Miss. I'll have to work towards another goal. So it's always about getting better and learning from your past and looking towards the future.
Did y'all rewatch that Oklahoma game at the end of the season, or did you just kind of put that behind you and start over?
We definitely put that behind, but I feel like we learned from that. We got a great feel for how March Madness really is. So I feel like any team that once we get back to March Madness, I feel like any team that goes against us, I think we're gonna have a much better shot.
Me especially, I watched that game probably 100 times. So they perform really well. Sometimes that's how basketball goes. It's one of the games that I'd love to get back. Not only Oklahoma, but the game before that, Alabama, I didn't really show up, and especially in Oklahoma. Myself, I feel like I didn't show up. So it's something that I've been trying to focusing on getting there to begin with, and then finishing out when I get there, or when we get there.
Devontae, was that kind of an odd experience because you were back home too?
Right. I didn't feel like I didn't play really good. My both times going back home last year, so for me, I kind of took it different. But at least my family and my friends came. They got to watch me play, so I didn't try to try to take it out on myself. I just learned from it. That's all I can say.
Anything else?